It is very challenging to work in the Medicaid space because of the state to state variation. There's two things. One is I do think the states learn from each other. And I will say, I know North Carolina spent a lot of time explaining what we were doing to other states. And I know a lot have modeled what they are doing as they go forward and leaping over what North Carolina does, which is great. Learn from us and do better. I'm sure there are many ways to even be better. But this is where, my experience at CMS can be really helpful here, because I think there's so much they can do and are doing at the national level to sort of drive alignment across all 50 states. I think there are ways in which they can use their tools to set standards in the value space around things like quality measures. How do we do attribution? How do we do risk adjustment? Those kinds of core concepts are hard, and they do not need to be different in every state. And so really those kinds of policies I'd really like to see set at the national level. The other thing is that Medicaid has a tool to give states additional dollars for investments. I think those investments, that Medicaid can be using their FMAP contribution, which is the percentage of dollars that the federal government contributes. They can go all the way up to 90% of those dollars be contributed by the federal government for certain infrastructure investments. I want to see those infrastructure investments be used to move this agenda forward towards health, right? Towards value, towards health. But those are hard data, Jacob, you know this better than anyone, hard data systems to put in place to actually do value work well. And these state systems, and North Carolina, no different, are old, and they were not set up for value context. I'd like to see CMS drive forward to say, states, we want you to move into this value space, and here is the federal investment from a technology perspective to help you get there. So I do think there are ways that the feds can do this. I do think states learn from each other, but that is slower than what can be done sort of from the national umbrella.